Yes, hi, this is Mandar from Copper, and I'm going to answer a very simple question. How much tax do you have to pay? Right? So, do you know how much tax do you have to pay every year? Or you leave that calculations to your chartered accountant or whoever is paying tax on your behalf, right? So, the amount of tax that you pay depends on the income that you're earning. Like, so for me, I am earning income from multiple sources. I have my own business, so that is business income, right? I am working as a consultant, so I get some consulting income. Then I would be teaching at different educational institutes, so basically employed there again as a part-time worker, so I get some income from there, right? So uh, I will basically combine all these three incomes, and then I will be able to calculate how much income tax I am paying from multiple sources of income, right? So now the government has already defined the different income tax slabs based on the different income levels that you would have, right? So you will fall under a specific tax slab, and based on that you will calculate the amount of tax that you have to pay or what's your tax liability, right? Let me just help you out with a very simple example of the tax slabs. Now, this is the old income tax slab, which was applicable last year, not this year, right? But it's good to revisit. So again, it's still active. I mean, you can still use this tax slab, right? So if you had an income of up to 2.5 lakh annually, you don't pay any tax. If you have an income between 2.5 to 5 lakh, you pay 5% tax, right? So let's say you have an income of 3 lakh rupees, right? So for the first 2.5 lakhs, zero income tax. For the next 50,000, right, you pay 2,500 rupees as income tax, right? But you can get full rebate on this tax liability, right, if you are investing in tax saving instruments, right? So there will be no income tax applicable if you are doing that. Now from 5 lakh to 10 lakh bracket, 20%. Let's say your income is 10 lakh rupees, right? So for the first 2.5 lakh, no tax. For the 2.5 lakh to 5 lakh, let's say you have no tax saving instruments, financial instruments, so you end up paying 5% on 2.5 lakh, right, which is 12,500. And then you end up paying 20% on the 5 lakh, right, which is 1 lakh. So you end up paying 1 lakh 12,500 as your income tax. And third is, if your salary or your income is above 10 lakh, then you pay 30% as the income tax. Now a new tax rate, like I was talking about, a new tax rate was introduced in the union budget 2020, and this is optional for the tax payers, right? So in this, for up to 5 lakh, no tax. 5 lakh to 7.5 lakh, 10%. And then it goes up above 15 lakh income, 30% income tax bracket, right? So you can choose between the old tax slab or the new tax rate, right? So uh, you know if you're choosing the new tax slab, then you will have to forego all the deductions and rebates which were allowed in the earlier slab, right? Let's say you invested in some equity linked saving schemes which are tax efficient. You invested in you were paying interest on your home loan, right? You paid up some principal amount, right? So all of those deductions are no longer valid with the new tax slab, right? Those were all applicable in the old tax slab, right? So you have a choice this year whether you want to choose from the old tax slab or the new tax slab, right? New tax slab has no deductions. Old tax slab comes with the tax benefits and the deductions, right? So just to summarize, there are different slabs available for different levels of income, right? And these tax slabs are reviewed every year by the finance minister, right? And they are subject to change, like they changed in 2020, right? Where there is a new tax regime that has been announced by in the union budget, right? And you get to choose whether you want to stick to the old tax slab or you want to stick with the new tax slab, right? So please comment below on the video, right? There's a section where you can comment below and tell me which tax slab are you going to choose for filing your income tax returns this year, right? So just let me know which income tax, whether you're going with the old tax slab or you're going with the new tax slab. Have a good day.